Well, it is a signal honour for me to be involved with this next award tonight. It goes to a man who's been on a mission of remembrance. Tomi Reichental is one of only 2 Holocaust survivors left in Ireland. He's mindful that the horrors of Bergen-Belsen concentration camp will soon pass from memory into history. But he's not prepared to let that happen. Take a look at this.
Tomi Reichental is a retired engineer who's originally from Slovakia but has lived in Ireland since 1959. He is also a Holocaust survivor, having been held in the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp as a 9-year-old boy.
I never spoke to anybody what we went through, and I kept it like this for, well, 60 years.
Then, one day in 2004, Tommy's grandson Josh mentioned it in a class discussion about World War II.
And a quiet little voice said to me that my grandfather was in a concentration camp. And the quietness of it, and obviously what he had said, stopped the class. And it was from that I just said to him, well, maybe he might come in and talk to us.
And that was the first time I spoke to 12-year-old children. And suddenly I saw the children around me. They were all crying. I was crying. The teacher was crying. And maybe at the time I sort of realized that I was one of the last witnesses for this horrific thing that happened. My cousins and uncle, aunts, my grandparents from my father's side. About 30 people were taken away. We said goodbye to them. We didn't even cry for them. We said when all this is over, we will be reunited and everything will be all right. But unfortunately, we never saw them again. My name is Tomi Reichental. I'm living in Ireland for over 50 years. I mean, by now I spoke to over 550 schools here in Ireland, to nearly 70,000 students, directly speaking to them.
When you're sitting in a room and you're looking at someone who has been there, who has survived it, it's hard not to feel the emotions, and it can't compare to just reading it from a textbook.
He makes sure that we can never be allowed to forget, because one of the most important things about history is that we learn from our past mistakes.
Tomi is one of only 2 remaining Holocaust survivors in Ireland.
When you speak, it's back to the past again. You're starting to relive it all again, and it isn't easy to do it. So I know that the same for Tomi. You're just emotionally drained from it all, and you really don't want to have conversation with anybody because you've lived through it again.
In the documentary Close to Evil, Tomi met Alexander Zenth, whose grandfather was the Nazi responsible for deporting thousands of Slovakian Jews to concentration camps, including Tomi's family.
He represents this big heart, the capacity to be open to forgiveness. He also represents the importance of memory, because how can you forgive? How can you reconcile if you don't deeply get to grips with what happened in the past?
I have to speak out because I owe it to the victims that their memory is not forgotten.
An incredible documentary, and I'm delighted to say Alexandra has joined us tonight. Thanks for being here, Alexandra. We saw briefly there in the film the moment you met Tomi. Just what was that moment like for you?
Oh, it was very moving. It was overwhelming, actually, because it's not taken for granted that he would actually meet me, especially in Bratislava, where his family was killed, and where my grandfather was instrumental in those killings, actually. So it was not taken for granted. It was very moving. It was a very human encounter, and it was, in a sense, consoling. I mean, I don't believe in reconciliation because the past cannot be undone, yes? But I believe we can come to human terms nowadays because memory cannot become history, and it shouldn't become history. We have to learn from history in the here and now.
And how do you feel about Tomi receiving this award tonight?
I'm very proud of him because I really feel he's doing so much in the present to keep up the memory so that we prevent crimes from happening again. And I really feel he's putting such an effort into this that I'm very happy that he's being rewarded for it. And I'm very happy, I must say, to be in Ireland because I have a very long, loving history with Ireland. And that Ireland brought us together here is, again, also very moving for me.
Well, we're delighted you came tonight. Belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
Tomi, it's time for your award.
Yes, indeed. Please welcome to the stage Tomi Reichental. Congratulations, Tomi. Congratulations. Yes. Tomi Reichental, ladies and gentlemen. Tomi, we have met before. You just mentioned it there. But what does it mean to you to have the amazing work you are doing recognised here tonight?
Well, it's something that you don't expect, and I didn't expect it. And what I'm doing, I'm not doing it for getting an award. But when I get it, it's a very good feeling that people are watching you, they see that you're working hard, and I really do a lot of work. I travel at least twice a week to school. Sometimes I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I come home at 7 o'clock in the evening, so it's a long day. It's not my livelihood, it's a voluntary work. So I feel very proud that the Irish people recognize and awarded me with this
You are so
award.
deserving of it. Eileen, you've also met Tomi before. What a remarkable
man. I met him, I was presenting a radio programme called The Godslot. And after Tommy's book came out, he came in and we had an interview with him. And the book, I would say, should be required reading for everybody in this country so that we can understand what happened and that we won't forget. And I think the most amazing thing about him is there's not an ounce of bitterness in the man. And I found that absolutely stunning.
There are a lot of lessons we can learn here from that. Tomi, you have a son who is a public speaker, and obviously you are a public speaker, however late you have come to it. You have a joke about this, don't you?
Yeah, I always joke because my other son, he's talking about the future. He's an information officer in Palo Alto City, and he's an IT person, so he talks about the things to come. And I always say, you talking about the future and I talking about the past. So we both sort of have a joke about it.
Well, there's a place for it, and I'm hoping you'll have a lot more jokes tonight because, Tomi, before you go, there are a few more gentlemen here to congratulate you. Your sons. David, who lives here in Dublin. Gideon, who's travelled from London, and the other son all the way from San Francisco today, your youngest son, Jonathan. Tomi, enjoy your reunion and enjoy your